It feels like I'm going on holiday.
Hello everyone, I am Lewis, you are watching Lost in Travel, and welcome on here to today's video. And today's video is an exciting one indeed because I'm going to do something that I don't think I've really ever done before. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm scrolling through YouTube looking for travel videos or filming videos, which I usually do, if you've clicked on this video then you must be wanting to do the same thing. I'm always curious when people go travelling with a lot of filming gear, what do they take? Most of the time, they don't take that much. That's because, of course, when you go on flights, you're only allowed a limited amount of things. So how do you film your whole travel documentary? You can't just have a filming crew behind you unless you're very, very rich. Which, you know, I'm not, I'm only a beginner. That's why I feel like it's beneficial for me to make a type of video like this, because I'm just starting out in the industry. So what am I going to be travelling with in 2021 compared to maybe what I'll be travelling with in like 2027? If you are interested in what I take with me when I go travelling, then please guys drop a like, a read this about the channel a ton, and subscribe so you can see more, including the next videos, which will be a brand new adventure around the UK. You'll find out more about that later in this video. I've got two big bags to start opening up, and we're going to get them all into this bag right here. So let's see how this is going to play out. So first things first. If you want to get into the industry of doing videography and photography, there's one special item you need more than everything. I would even say pretty much more than yourself. To get a photo, you're going to need one of these bad boys. There's a lot of other ways you can do it now. You could do photography on your phone or anything, but these are perfecto. So let's take it off, there we go. And I'll show you where the magic happens. So when I go out and I film my travel vlogs, this is the main thing. It's in my hands 24/7. It never leaves my sight. When I go out travelling, this is always there to snap up a quick shot or get some photos or some videos, you know, just anything I need, B-roll. It comes in very, very handy when the timing is right. So this is the Canon 800D. It's my very, very first DSLR, which is a pretty monumental feat, you know, like every photographer and every videographer one day started with their very first camera, and this is my very first professional one. But some people can say that what is more important than the body of the Canon 800D itself is this right here. This is the lens, and the lens is very useful because you can't actually capture any photos without the lens here. This is a Canon 18 to 55mm wide angle lens. This is the main lens that I often keep on my camera. I do have another couple lenses I'm going to be showing you in today's video, but this lens is the most handy because it can capture the most like normal of shots, whereas the other ones are more cinematic. But if you want to get a more realistic feel, the 18 to 55mm wide lens does the trick. I can dive right into the settings of this, but I'll keep that for another video. Let me just say, I love Canon. I've never really used anything else. I'm using my mum's Nikon to film this right now because usually this would be the thing that's behind the screen. But right now, this is getting the attention it deserves, I would say that. Another thing I want to mention about the Canon 800D is I would often use it with a Rode microphone, which is currently getting used for this, so I can at least try to make the travel video professional. So thank you Rode, I'm looking at you. And I've got one of those like dead mouse like wind muffler things on it. It looks pretty neat, and I have to say, if I just went out with my camera, no one really looks at me. I go out with this bad boy on top of the camera and I am getting all the attention. If I want to get some still shots, usually, you know, I'm a pretty lonely guy unfortunately. No one really comes out and does this sort of stuff with me. So I need to try to do it myself. This is where this comes in. This is a Knf Concept Tripod, and I recently got this. This is one of the newest things to join my collection, but it's one of the most handy tools I have bought. So this does so much stuff, you know. It can be really high. I'm sure it can tower over me, and you just clip the camera onto there, just set it nicely up there. Like, it's got like a round like ball that can like tilt and stuff, so you can do any sort of camera angle that your mind envisions. And you can also, and this is one of the reasons I got it, you can make it tilt so it's portrait mode, so you're not doing any landscape stuff on the tripod. You can also do portrait, which is more beneficial for if you're wanting to get onto Instagram. And now let's show you the bag itself. So this is not the biggest of things. Usually when you see travel vloggers doing what's in their camera bag is a lot bigger. But for right now, for us starters, I can actually fit a lot of stuff in here. So this is the Dura Gadget bag, and it allows you to clip on the tripod, and then you can open it up, and it's got so many layers, layers upon layers. It's like onions, like ogres, you see. And the amount of things this can fit in it is great. When I go away and do stuff further in the future, like when I go on my gap year, which I'm planning in a couple of years' time, I will be expanding this bag. But for right now, just doing trips in the UK or city breaks, so that this camera bag is really useful. So, like I was saying earlier, the camera is where the magic happens. This fin can capture so many other things that you wouldn't be able to capture without it. But nowadays, these fins are fantastic. You'd be really surprised how well your phone can do in your travel photography and videography game. Like, I use this for doing my Instagram stories, use it for doing quick photos I want to just put online without having to, you know, get the SD card out of this or, you know, connect it up to a laptop. So these fins are really useful, and you know, you can just take a quick selfie. Like so. So I also forgot to mention that this phone that I'm using to film this little bit right now is a Samsung Galaxy S10, in case you're a little bit interested in what kind of phone I've got. I prefer Android over Apple. How about you? So right now, I've also got another backpack, which is where I put some of the other stuff, put clothes in here, and put other things that are not going to fit in this. But this usually just stays in the car. This is kind of the stuff that you don't need to take out on your adventure, but can stay in the hotel. Which, let me show you one of the things that would go in there. The trustworthy, nice laptop. So the reason why I am more a laptop person than a desktop person is mainly because of its portability. These fins can go anywhere with you. Like, if I want to do some editing in Antarctica, I can do so. It makes life so much easier being able to travel with this. So this is my nice trustworthy HP laptop, which I've upgraded. It used to be really slow, but I have upgraded it to 16 RAM, which has really made a difference. If you are an editor yourself, you would know that Premiere Pro can crash so many times. Makes editing these videos sometimes like take hours, but I have noticed a difference in it. Another thing that makes editing a whole lot easier is the use of this mouse. So this mouse is nothing fancy, I don't have to show you much of it, but it's the only thing I really prefer for doing stuff on desktop is the use of using mouse and keyboard. I'm not a big fan of using the touchpad, so I always take this with me. I would sit at a desk on a train or something, plug that in to the laptop, and you're set to be able to quickly move and navigate yourself around Premiere Pro. Also, remember your charger for it. Laptops don't have the best of battery lives. A couple of years ago, I had an incident where I basically almost lost everything that was on my laptop. It was such a scary moment. And from that point on, I've decided to save everything on an external hard drive. And I've been saving every single thing on it, and it's 1 terabyte. So like, you can fit so much stuff in this. You just plug it in wherever you go. That's what makes it so much easier, because there's a desktop in this house downstairs in my parents' office. So if I'm wanting to have a change of scenery, I literally can just take everything from this, plug it into the desktop, and I can just continue editing from where I left off on the laptop. That is what is so brilliant about this. It doesn't matter if you've got your laptop, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you can find something to plug this into, you can get all of your photos and information that you keep on this. I've only got one right now, but I am going to say that that is not a good thing. If I break this or lose this, that is all gone. I am going to be buying another one soon though, and maybe I'll build it up, maybe one for every year. That means you can clearly know what is on it, make it stickers, write down what's on it you really want to be, and it's nice to be quite organised as well. Having these makes you a very organised person, and you get a gold star from me. Alright, next up, if you are travelling in the year of 2021, maybe even 2022, I don't know how long we'll be needing these for, but you may need to carry on a face mask. I've got two of these. Always best to take them with you because you do not know when you're going to have to put one on, don't know when you'll have to go inside. So remember your face mask, guys, there's your warning. Another thing that you may need is a passport. I've got a nice custom thing to put my UK passport in. Another thing, do not forget your wallet. And then for entertainment purposes, everyone's a little bit of entertainment now and then. I've got some earphones, no wireless ones, I'm not that cool, but always nice to listen to them on the plane or on the journeys to where you're heading. Another thing that makes its way into my bag is an Adventure Awaits custom made Lost in Travel diary. I can write so much stuff in here about like planning my next shots, planning where I need to go, maybe writing down hotel information or flight information. Very, very handy to have something like this. Thank you parents for getting me a custom made one. Right. Final entertainment things that I carry in my bag is carry my Nintendo Switch with me. You never know when you're going to be bored, don't know how long you're going to be waiting, maybe your flight's going to be delayed. Always good to carry a gaming console to keep you occupied for a few hours. Also got a nice book, and of course, gotta have the sunglasses, baby. Got to have the sunglasses. Don't I look cool? I always feel 10 times more confident when I put sunglasses on. Alright, I was in the need for a new change of central camera angle, so here we go, look at me from there. Alright, now we're really getting to the nitty gritty stuff. This is all the stuff I would carry outside of the camera bag. Now let's work on the camera. I'm going to do a Triple H. Very, very useful. So this is a, I'm sure it is pronounced jobby, which, you know, if you're from Scotland, that word means something a little bit different. But this is a jobby Gorilla Pod. Very, very simple to use. You just pick up your camera, or whatever you want to use. Anything that's got a nice screw bit at the bottom, and then boom, I would talk to use all just like this. Next up, I also have a Polaroid filter. When I'm out and about, don't usually use this inside because it does make it a bit too dark, but this is really good. It limits some of the sun rays from getting into the camera, which means that you get a nice more like crisp colour to your shots. I have seen a big improvement in my photography since purchasing one of these. Right, next up is one of my favourite lenses. So this is the Canon 50mm lens, and this works. This is a macro lens, and when you've got this clipped on, you can see very, very close to things. Because you've got a telescope and you've zoomed in to do like a microscopic shot on something. It really gives you like a bug's eye, not a bird's eye view, but a bug's eye view. Please recommend some lenses down in the comment section below. I don't really know much about lenses or what their main purpose is for most of them, so I always find it really hard to like know what ones I want to get because some of them are really, really expensive. So if you do have any recommendations, please let me know. But this is the final lens I've got, and this is really only used for a couple things. This is a Sigma 70 to 300mm lens, zoom lens, this one. It says it in the name. You put this on and you can get really nice up close shots, which I wouldn't be able to get without this. Yeah, look what I found in my bag. Oh, Historic Scotland Year membership. Don't mind if I do. You know how much I love castles, this is definitely going to be useful for travel around Scotland. So more important things to have is, for your camera lenses, you will of course want a lens wipe. If you're filming in the rain, which if you're doing it in Scotland, you most likely are, your lenses and your gear can get really, really wet. You don't want to leave them getting wet. That's when condensation happens and your lens can steam up if you're changing temperatures. And I've also got this one which came in my bag, which is very, very easy. You just open it up, got a wee brush on it, and you just neatly clean the lenses. Whenever I use this fin, I always feel like that guy out of Toy Story 2. You guys know what I'm on about. You also have to remember to cater to battery life. So remember to bring spare batteries. I can really go through a lot of batteries. Definitely doing time lapses as well. They take up a ton of battery life. Second thing you're going to worry about with your camera, actually probably third thing you've got to worry about the camera itself not breaking. So third thing you've got to worry about is memory filling up. Your SD card may not be able to hold a lot, so definitely stock up on that. Right now I've got an Extreme Pro 128GB SanDisk in the camera. This is my main one that I use, and 128 is a lot, like you'd barely go through that. But just on the safe side, I do also have a 32GB Extreme SanDisk. Maybe you're exporting stuff onto your laptop and you've seen something outside that you want to go out and do. Better to have another one so you can go out and do that. You don't have to wait for the large files to transfer over. And of course, don't forget your battery chargers, or the batteries would be pretty worthless. This kit doesn't get used much because I've not been on many adventure holidays, but I do want to start doing more adventurous stuff, like maybe like paddle boarding, jet skiing, skydiving. I am up for doing all of that stuff. I am quite an adrenaline junkie when it comes to that. Doesn't mean I'm going to be doing good, but I'd give that a go. And so for all the action shots I'm going to take, even though they'll be more like fail shots because I'm not very good, I have got the GoPro Hero 8 Black. This was the latest one that came out when I purchased one. And even though I said I've not been able to use this much, the times I've been able to use this, it has been grand. It can do up to 4K, it can get nice fisheye shots, can get nice wide angle shots. So yeah, you can use the GoPro 8 in many, many circumstances. One downfall with GoPro is how fast the battery life can be drained. So if you are going to be stocking up on any kind of batteries, it's best to be stocking up on your GoPro batteries, because even though you may use them for the least amount of time, then you definitely need loads of batteries. I've got 4 batteries. There's one in the GoPro right now, and then I've got lovely, lovely batteries right here, and I've got a nice home suit charging facility, so I can basically charge 3 at one time. So I can have one fully charged in the GoPro, can be charging the other 3. That is very, very useful because you don't want to be waiting for them all to be charging one by one by one, as well as having the cameras to charge. So one big negative about doing all this travel and stuff is, there's so much stuff to charge, maybe very few charging facilities available. So it's best to be able to charge multiple things at the same time. Also a beneficial thing is that GoPros use micro SD cards, also pretty good to have them. I've got, I'm sure, a 128GB micro SD in there, and that really does the trick. So it's good to have like an adapter, because my laptop, maybe your laptops do, but my laptop does not have an area where I can put a micro SD card in. They're too small, whereas I've got an actual section I can put the SD cards in, so it's good to have a nice USB stick. Now, I've never really used this that much. I've got myself a little zoom ball. They're pretty good for photography, it's very neat. Just hold that there, and you can get some nice shots with the zoom ball. And now let's cap this off with the biggest fin, one of the latest fins that's added to my collection. Be careful, he is quite shy. It's okay. Here he is. This is Drone Maverick. Yes, I have to name everything after wrestlers. He is a Mavic Pro drone. Not the latest edition. He's actually pre-owned. I don't know how well he was kept and treated by his previous owner. He had a few little scratches, but he's actually in pretty neat condition and he works a charm. I've had a lot of practice since the last time I made a video fully focusing on the drone. Definitely get yourself a drone if you want to increase your value in your vlogs, because they definitely add a certain type of quality that was never there beforehand. Yes, I love you, yes I do, yes I do. And of course, drones, similar to the GoPro, they use up a lot of battery. So you never want to forget to bring multiple ones, just in case you've got a lot of drone and footage you want to do. I've got 3 batteries, could really do with another one, but I think 3 batteries is good right now. They usually last for about half an hour. I wouldn't really say you would be doing half an hour worth of filming, but if you are very keen on doing that, definitely get so much batteries. You also want to be more safe than sorry. I use a 64GB micro SD card in the drone. Alright, we've got one more thing to show you. Nice and simple. Let me bring it out. This is the bad boy that controls the drone. So this is the weirdest thing. This is probably the worst thing that I got from the pre-owned bit of the drone. But I've got a controller, and the controller comes with 2 antennas. Look at these bad boys, by the way. Like, how awkward do I look when there we go, just like so. Put your phone in just like that, and you could be able to fly your drone, look at the screen on your phone, which will be displaying what's on the drone. Maybe I might do a tutorial on how to use that eventually once I know how to use it a bit more thorough. I'm still kind of novice with it. Alright, so that basically wraps up this video. If you did find this insightful and you want to see more, then definitely check the link in the description, which will take you to all of my gear and you can have a better look at them all. I think all this is coming with me somewhere. Let's find out where. I am going on a staycation. If you guys want to stay tuned to the next video, please remember to hit that subscribe button to know when it goes live. I can't wait. Now you see why I've packed all this travel gear. I hope that you are excited too. And I will see yous on the road.
Why can't we be friends? It was so much easier before we got our feelings hurt. And I can't pretend that it's easy. Why